皆さんこんにちは。東京都交響楽団ホルン奏者の岸上と申します。本日は管楽器専門店ダクさんでですね、ヨーゼフリドル最新モデルの883につきまして開発者でもありまして、チェコフィルハーモニー管弦楽団首席ホルン奏者のオンドジェイヴラベッツさんにお話を伺いたいと思います。ヴラベッツさん、よろしくお願いします。早速お送りしたいと思うんですけれども、アレキサンダー103からリドルに変えた理由をお聞きしたいと思います。Why did you change your horn from Alexander to Lidl?
Just simply because we were developing this new horn quite hard and a long time, and finally it resulted in a new horn which suits me quite better than the Alexander, so I changed to this horn for this simple reason.
そうですね、他にも聞いてっていきますね。どんな楽器を目指して開発をしましたか？ What kind of result was your goal in developing the model tribute?
First of all, the question was we wanted to make a horn which would be at the same level like the other professional instruments that are used in the symphony orchestras, but that would be maybe more attractive by its price. So this was one of the goals which we had in mind when we were producing this horn, just to make a horn that would be fully professional, that would play at the same level like the other horns, but we will be a bit cheaper.
ありがとうございます。続きまして、完成に向けて一番こだわったところはどこでしょうか？ What was the most important focus for you completing the project?
Of course, because I play in the Czech Philharmonic and I need some tonal characteristics which are good for our orchestra. And because I was playing Alexander 103 for many years, actually it was nearly 25 years in the orchestra only, but plus 10 years before. So it's almost 35 years playing this model 103 Alexander, and so I needed to be sure that I will receive the same tonal qualities like I always received from Alexander. So it was very important for me to create a horn that would allow me to go to the orchestra and play as they expected from me. So I couldn't make a horn that would sound completely different or that would have a different tuning and different color, because my colleagues in the orchestra would have a problem. So we were working very hard to make a horn that would sound somehow similar, but at the same time a bit special and unique and maybe different, because first of all this is a Czech instrument and I play in the Czech orchestra, and we have our traditional tonal qualities which are maybe a little different from German, they are a little different from Austria or Hungary, you know. So I also wanted to produce instrument that would somehow support these tonal qualities.
ありがとうございます。続きまして、この楽器はどんな吹き方をするとより、この楽器の良さが発揮されると思いますか？ How does a player need to blow this instrument in order to get the most out of it?
This is a very special question. This horn has a somehow similar sound to Alexander, but the playing style, it's actually much more close to Schmidt. And the horn, also basically for the reason that this horn, it's a Geiger wrap, you know. So this is somehow similar to Schmidt. It cannot be overpressed by the air. Otherwise the horn gives you resistance, and this way you can produce the most full and most big sound. So it's very important to try to find a way how to resonate this horn, and after that you will absolutely, for 100% sure, get the same fortissimo, same tonal qualities you are used to get from your Alexander.
続きまして最後の質問ですね。こちらの楽器883の魅力を教えていただきたいんですけども、What is the attractiveness of this horn in your opinion?
Maybe for somebody, the first attractivity is the special design, because as you can see, the horn is produced with this brushed finishing, which looks beautiful. It's very nice for camera, so we can actually see when the Czech Philharmonic is playing concerts. It seems like now the camera guys are taking the horns more often just because they like the instrument, and it's very important to say the normal horn is shiny, which this is not so good for camera, that makes a problem. But this horn with this special design doesn't make a reflections, so they like it because it's just simply look good in the camera. But that's not the most important thing. I like it, but that's absolutely not the important advantage of this horn. The most special way, which is not very often, which cannot be seen by other producers, is that this horn has very unique solution, because all these slides are actually available in 2 different measures, and you can pull them in. However, the measure is different, so we have 2 different diameters, which makes a huge difference in sound, of course, because this one, which I used and which I consider being the best for the Czech horn sound, it's actually the thinner one. So this is 11.8 millimeters in diameter. But we also have a set of slides which we have here. So this is in this beautiful bag. You can see with this horn, everybody will get this extra set of slides. I have to open it very carefully. So you get extra set of slides which have a different measure. And these slides are actually 12 millimeters in diameter. So if you change only one of these pulls, it makes a huge difference in how the instrument reacts and how is its sound. And I actually discovered that for the Czech players and for my style, the thinner diameter is perfect. But I actually like blowing the bigger diameter as well, because it makes even more huge sound, and of course it gives even less resistance when playing this instrument. And I actually know, because this horn was already tested in Chicago on the music fair, that where probably about 250 horn players were playing this horn, and most of them liked the bigger diameter because it is more close to the American idea of sound, you know. So the Czech idea of sound is different from American culture, and that's why we prefer the smaller diameter. But I guess that so many players, or maybe somebody who play with the brass instruments very often, will maybe prefer the bigger diameter because it makes a bigger sound and it makes less resistance when playing. So the horn which you can see here, it's my model. So as you can see, the body is made of brass, the slides are made of gold brass, and so is the bell, which is also gold brass. I actually found this setting as the best one, because for me this combines the advantages of the brass model, which is for me most comfortable to play, but at the same time, when using these slides and bell from gold brass, made of gold brass, it just produces more typical Czech sound, and it is very colorful, and especially in my orchestra where the horns need to sound very beautiful and really like make a lot of colors to blend with the woodwinds and to blend with the strings. So I find this as the best setting. But if somebody like to have it different, he can simply change these slides and make a completely different horn from it. So if you change only one of these, you will feel a big difference. If you change all of it, it's a completely new instrument.
ありがとうございました。もうたくさんのすごいインプレッションを受けて、僕もこれ欲しくなっちゃいましたね。ということで最後に、ブラベスさんから一言お願いできればと思います。どうぞお願いします。
どうもありがとう。この本、日本で紹介してとても嬉しかった。どうもありがとう。
ありがとうございます。